Hey listeners, welcome to another episode of Thought Bubbles, a girl-run podcast on the Shoot the Breeze Comics Network. We're available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Store, and most recently, YouTube. You can find us on YouTube searching Shoot the Breeze Comics, on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and the Google Play Store. This is the Thought Bubbles podcast, or you can type in Shoot the Breeze. Should be able to locate us. We also have a website at shootthebreezecomics.com where we have news, reviews, and any other information pertaining to comics that you may be interested in. We're starting to cover multiple brands, including indie comics, so please check us out and let us know your thoughts on this. Today I was very gifted in doing a review of the Captain Canuck series with the writer, Kalman Andrasofszky, and basically, he kind of discussed the Captain Canuck series with me through Chapterhouse Comics, which is Canada's biggest comic book publisher at this time. They're pretty innovative in the indie industry. They're taking unknown indie characters and basically creating a shared universe, similar to what the bigger publishers like Marvel and DC are accomplishing. And it's neat to see indie authors and indie brands being able to accomplish something like this. And we wanted to give you guys the opportunity to listen in to the interview and kind of just check out what they're about. So, without further ado, listen on and enjoy the interview.
Hello.
Hi, is this Kalman?
Speaking.
Hi, Kalman. This is Erin with Shoot the Breeze Comics.
Hey, Erin.
Hi. Paul had organized an interview with us for you about Captain Canuck, the comic book series, and I was hoping this was a good time.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, great. I had read originally the number one issue that came out in July, and it was great. I loved it. It was sent over us by your press team, and so we were just hoping to get some more information about the comic book. Obviously, we're an American-based media company, and we cater more to Facebook, friends, and social media outlets, so Captain Canuck is pretty new to us, and so I was kind of wanting to start with some basics. Basically, I was curious about the history of Captain Canuck and what brought you to the title.
All right, so Captain Canuck was created in the 1970s by Richard Conley and Ron Leishman, and then it was self-published until about 1981. Basically, these guys were trailblazers of like small press and self-publishing in comics, which didn't really exist. It's something that didn't really become popularized until the 1980s. But Richard wrote and drew the first few issues and then teamed up with an artist called George Freeman, who's probably the definitive artist of the original Captain Canuck run. Mm-hmm. And this was like grassroots, enterprising self-publishing. And Captain Canuck was a character that made a surprising amount of headway in the States, but was very popular with Canadian kids. He kind of predates Alpha Flight by a few years, which is the character, the leader of Alpha Flight, Guardian, his character is always kind of mixed up with. Mm-hmm. Canadian flag-wearing superhero. And then nothing much really happened until around 2012 or so. There's a few sort of attempts at reboots and sequels, but none of them really sort of clicked. And then a guy named Fadi Hakim, who's a restaurateur in Toronto, called up the original creator, Richard, who never sold or gave up the rights. Captain Canuck is still his. Just call him up on a whim to see if he could put Captain Canuck on his kids' menu. And he was stunned to learn that there was nothing really being done with this character that he grew up loving. So he licensed the property and started developing it for comics and animation. And I was originally hired to redesign, sort of, they knew they wanted to keep it at the original Captain Canuck, because there were a few different characters who were Captain Canuck, Tom Evans, but they also wanted to reboot it and kind of give it the Battlestar Galactica treatment, sort of update it and start over, back begins, we know what reboots are, right? So they hired me to redesign the character. I've been doing work for Marvel and DC, mostly on covers, and I got some character design work under my belt. And so my first job was to kind of just reimagine the character as a modern, not 1970s looking superhero. Mm-hmm. And from there, I got asked to do more and more of the cast, and we gave the Starbuck treatment to his main allies, Redcoat in Quebec, as well as his nemesis, Blue Fox. These were all white dudes in the original comic, but we reinvented them as ladies and added a lot to them as characters. And So we produced a 5-part web series, animated. Didn't write that. I just did the character designs. And the next step was to make some comics, and so they asked me to write and draw a new series. And I did. I just wanted to write it. I did not want to draw it, but that was the deal. I had to do both. So I drew the first couple of issues, and then we had Leonard Kirk take over, who is well known for a lot of work for Marvel Comics, including like Wolverine, Fantastic Four, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. He does double duty and draws our book because he loves Captain Canuck. And I continue to write the series, and we're just starting our third arc. We're super proud to have made it this far. We've been doing this now for a few years. And, being a small publisher is difficult. Getting heard in a market with a lot of noise in it is difficult. But we're still here after 4 years now with a brand new pulse-pounding third arc, and we couldn't be prouder of the book.
It's fantastic. I was drawn in on the third arc most recently, and having been underexposed to this character, and I enjoyed your writing style. It led the issue well. You were able to understand what was going on without having to read the history, but it made you interested enough to read the back issues. And I was curious if you could tell us a little bit about the character, Tom Evans, and how you reimagined him. How did he gain his powers? Does he actually have powers, or is it the suit that gives him powers?
It's kind of both. So that number 1 is actually the third arc, and we did do two arcs that preceded that of the new Canuck. So this isn't the first appearance of the new reboot version. There were 14 comics that came out in the 70s, the 80s. But we've done a 6-issue arc and a 5-issue arc, and then this is the launch of our third arc. We've sort of positioned it as a beginning, as you said, like we made a lot of effort to kind of pull the reader in and give you everything you needed to hit the ground running. But there were 2 sort of preceding parts. So in part 1, we sort of saw how he got his powers, and it had to do with an alien artifact in the high Arctic. Basically, Tom, his brother, have always been kind of at odds. His brother does not appear in that first issue, but he will in the next one. His brother's sort of a bit of a grayer character than Tom. Tom is a very, how can I put it, kind of aspirational, black and white, noble, sort of heroic character. His brother is kind of a bit conniving, but kind of charming about it. He's a sort of a Tony Stark, Loki kind of character. So his brother had been obsessed with finding this. The whole series opens with a flashback to their father serving as a mentee in the Northwest Territories, seeing an alien ship crash, and that is something that we do touch on in issue 1, when in the issue you read, where Tom gets his dad's journal, and this vision sort of haunted his dad his whole life, but he could never find the thing. It was this sort of dangling thread of family legacy, where his dad sort of self-destructed trying to find what he knew was a real alien event, but he never got it together. So his sons were kind of handed this, and Tom took it sort of seriously and wanted to honor his dad, and Michael was obsessed with it, really just wanting to prove he was better than his dad. And so Michael owned a company called Evans Energy, and they did a lot of work in the Arctic, which was all down to really Michael just trying to find this artifact. And he finds it and gets into trouble and disappears, and so Tom has to go AWOL from Afghanistan. He's on leave from Afghanistan. Our version of Tom is a combat vet. The original Tom Evans was a Mountie. But we made ours sort of a veteran of Canadian forces in Afghanistan. So on leave, he goes AWOL to find his brother and kind of rescues his brother, but in doing so, he kind of interrupts the process of transformation that his brother was undergoing, and he gets the physical upgrade while his brother gets the mental upgrade. So his powers are his DNA is tweaked to be kind of peak human perfection. He gets stronger and faster. His brother gets smarter. And he also gains this ability to generate this sort of red hexagon bioarmor that we see him using in the fight with Northgard in issue 1. And when he has that on, he's extremely impervious. Without it, he's just extra tough, but he's not.
Interesting. Now, I noticed that he broke off from Equilibrium, which I've obviously gathered is some kind of governmental agency that kind of helps against alien defense and other nefarious things that could happen to the country. Can you explain why he left Equilibrium?
Sure. Yeah. So Equilibrium is it's not governmental. It's his brother's company. So Michael Evans started Equilibrium after his company was taken over by villains in the first arc. as a way to sort of get back at them. But when Tom became Captain Canuck and joined Equilibrium, he kind of took it seriously, and Michael had to play along. So it's basically a global crisis intervention agency. They sort of intervene in any sort of, whether it's an environmental catastrophe or some sort of uprising, or even, as is going to happen more and more, an alien sort of event. But they're not actually governmental, even though Tom wears the flag, because that's where his sort of aspirations rest. There is a government agency called PACT, which is sort of the Canadian X-Files, kind of, that is mentioned a bit in the series, and they're sort of in counterpoint to Equilibrium, which is more freewheeling and run by a single individual. They're more by the book sort of government agency that seeks to understand alien life and communicate rather than destroy. And then there's also another agency called Halo, but they're not really shown in this issue, so I won't get into that. But they're the evil version of PACT.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I did see that you're expanding your titles. Again, I'm not very familiar with them, but I do notice that you're trying to create like a shared universe, and it seems extremely interesting. Can you kind of expand a little bit on that, or is it one of those things we got to draw readers in?
No, I'd be happy to talk about it. So, Chapterhouse Comics formed around Captain Canuck and publishing our own Captain Canuck comics. But Captain Canuck is one of several Canadian characters that have been created at various points in history that kind of were sort of underused and had more potential than was ever really exploited. So once we were up and running with Captain Canuck, we acquired a character called Northgard, who was created a few years after Canuck, but he was kind of occupied a similar space. And we thought it would be cool to kind of weave them into one shared universe, which is something that never really had happened before. As a nod to Canuck, in the original Northgard comics, the character read Captain Canuck comics, but we licensed this character just like we licensed Canuck, and we kind of wove them together and treated it a bit like Captain America and the Winter Soldier, where you have two characters that sort of occupy the same space, but you can use these two sides of a coin to kind of explore different ideas. And Northgard features heavily in the second arc of Captain Canuck that precedes the issue you read, and he was spun off into his own title. And once we sort of had that, we sort of realized that we have two characters that do kind of occupy the similar superheroes, patriotism, a bit of spy, sci-fi, and so we wanted to expand the line to kind of have other genre offerings. So we rebooted an old Canadian character called Freelance, who was sort of a man of high adventure from the 1940s, and reimagined him as a contemporary sort of Nathan Drake kind of adventurer, except, our take on him was that he's gay. No one's ever seen, we have lots of Indiana Joneses, but no one's really done gay Indiana Jones. Mm-hmm. So we reimagined Freelance and his team, and those books are, I think the first arc just finished, and that's been quite well received. That sort of has some ties to Northgard and Canuck in a very general way, in a way that's not at the forefront, but if you read both books, you'd see the connections. There's another character called Phantoma, who is famous for being arguably the first female superhero. She predates Wonder Woman. Any controversy on her right to that title has more to do with the fact as to whether she's actually a superhero, because she's more of like a bloody spirit of vengeance who doesn't really save people. She just kind of hunts down and punishes evildoers. She's sort of like a skull-faced apparition. The original Phantoma was kind of a jungle girl, I think from the late 30s actually, not even from the 40s. She is the only non-Canadian character we've rebooted. Nice. It's not a hard and fast rule for us that we're strictly Canadian. We just kind of start in our own backyard and then cast a net wider if we need to. And so the new Phantoma series is written by Ray Fox, who's done a bunch of stuff for DC and has a bunch of his own horror work under his belt. And it's a complete reboot as well. We took the essence of the character, but there's no direct legacy to the original. And she's rebooted as a Latina teenager from Texas who kind of gets imbued with the spirit of vengeance and has to figure out how to control it or how to channel it in a positive way, because it wants blood. I should mention Freelance is written by Jim Zub and Andrew Mueller, who are both. Jim Zub's done a lot of work with Image and Marvel, and Andrew does a book for Oni called Another Castle. Nice. And they're writing that together and doing a kick-ass job. What else? There's Agents of PACT, which is sort of a direct spin-off of Captain Canuck, taking a bunch of the female supporting cast I mentioned, who we booked, and they sort of formed their own team. So to just wind back to your earlier question, which is, I realize I didn't answer, but it connects to this answer now, which is what happened to Canuck and Equilibrium.
Nice.
For 2 arcs, Canuck was part of Equilibrium, and there was a sort of an ethical tug-of-war with his brother that culminates at the end of the 2nd arc, and Canuck kind of walks away after Michael does a horrible deed where he kills a villain in cold blood, and Tom just can't abide that kind of, and this after many years of Michael's manipulations and games and backroom dealings. So Canuck walks away from Equilibrium based on that, and walks away from his brother.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result of Captain Canuck disappearing, there's sort of a vacuum in the superhero community. And so this organization, PAX, that I was telling you about, kind of recruits a bunch of superheroes to form their own sort of super team in the wake of Canuck's absence. And that's the Agents of Pact. And they have to deal with sort of a rogue alien that's wreaking havoc across the globe, which is sort of a bit of a summer in that first page of Captain Canuck. Along with previous arcs, Canuck, that first Agent of Pact story kind of folds right into this new.
And definitely, I'm floored by the amount of work and the groundwork you guys have done to expand this universe. It sounds fantastic. What are your future plans with the expanded universe?
Well, the way we're a very small publisher, so in order to sort of strategically maximize our bang for our resources, the way the Chapterverse works is each year is a season. And even though Captain Canuck had a couple of arcs before this season, we're calling all of that Season 0, and 2017 is Season 1. And each season has 6 titles released, but they're on 4-issue arcs. And so the way that it's structured is that the first 4 months we release 2 titles monthly. In this case, it's Agents of Pact and Freelance. And then in the next 4 months of the year, we release 2 different titles. The first 2 go on hiatus, so then it's Captain Canuck and Phantoma. And then in the last third of the year, we release 2 more titles. So it's Northgard and Fallen Sons in this case. And so that way we have 6 titles in our universe, and all the titles sort of push the Uber story forward, but we're producing sort of 2 books at a time. Mm-hmm. And so part of the fun of shared universes is you kind of you can check into this world as a reader that kind of moves forward in real time. And you get the whole universe basically for $8 a month. It's the model. So you don't have to buy 1 million books. It's not 1 million of extra things. Whatever 2 books are being published at a given time are the universe. And then they sort of pass the torch on to the next 2 and the next 2. And then next year in 2018, we'll begin Season 2, where it's the same 6 titles for the most part, but we're reshuffling the order a bit and adding a new one.
Very nice.
Which I guess would make 7 titles. Math.
It's very nice. Well, I'm kind of out of questions. You covered everything that I had. I appreciate your time so much. We'll definitely be posting this on our site, and we'll share it with you guys across Twitter and across the social media platforms. So I'm sure we'll talk again soon as more issues come out. I know that one of our other readers wants to interview the Phantoma group because she's really involved in that one, and she really enjoys it. So I know there'll be more from us, but thank you so much again for your time. I appreciate it.
Happy to do it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I'm assuming we'll talk soon. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you guys so much for listening to that interview. Again, this is Erin with the Thought Bubbles podcast. My co-host Jessica and Danielle will be back. I just took the opportunity earlier in the day to interview the writer for the Captain Canuck series, and we wanted to share through podcast the amazing knowledge that Kalman has on his universe that he's been creating with the Chapterhouse team. Thank you so much to the Chapterhouse group for allowing us the time to interview them and kind of get to know their series. There's obviously the Captain Canuck series, which is the one that I was exposed to and was able to read and loved. And they also have Phantoma, and they have Freelance, and they have several other titles I believe that they're working on. All of this is available on their website at Chapterhouse Comics. They are also on Cosmicology. Again, you can check all of our information out on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Store, and YouTube. We also have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Tumblr, and Instagram. We are available at Shoot the Breeze C and our website, shootthebreezecomics.com. Please give us a follow. Let us know what you think. We're always trying to bring in new stuff that the audiences that listen to us and love us find interesting, so we're welcome to suggestions. Also, please, if you don't mind, leave us a review and let us know what you think of the podcast. If you have any suggestions, and we will definitely give you guys a shout out. We love all the reviews that we have received so far. Thank you so much for listening to us. We wouldn't be here without you guys. We'll talk to you on the next one.